Yo, what's going on, man? What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Saeed TV. We are live, man. Sorry we're a little bit late, man. It's had a few technical difficulties and whatnot. But we're here, man. We're here, man. The night after, you know what I'm saying to you? The night after, man. I think Nuruddin's just messaged me. I don't know if he wants to link. No, he hasn't. It's just what is this voice noting me? But yeah, man. Moosa, man, how you doing, man? You know what I mean? Another day. What's the mic saying? Is the mic bad? Did you hear me, Moosa? Clearly.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. You're good.
Yeah, man. What are you saying, bro? What are you saying?
Bro. We're here, man. Another long season ahead of us, man.
It's long.
It's like yesterday I was thinking about it when the news broke and I had time to kind of digest it. And I was thinking this time last year, we were coming off the back of an okay season. And we were very optimistic about what the year had to bring. And we wanted to look at preseason. We wanted to look at the players coming in. And we also wanted to see Eric Ten Hag's first signings, because on the look of his first signings from last year, so when we look at who did he bring in? He brought in Casemiro. He brought in Anthony. Who else did he bring in? He brought in
Mount.
Yeah. No, not this season. That was this season.
Last season. Yeah.
He brought in Eriksen.
Yeah.
He brought in
Malacia.
Yeah. So even though his talent ID showed up to be suspicious, but off the back of those first signings, you couldn't really tell what was Anthony gonna be. There was a lot of hype around him per se. So he had a okay start. It wasn't the best, but we were like, we want to see more. Eriksen did what we expected from Eriksen to do, but obviously he's run out of gas. Casemiro came with a big name. It wasn't really a Ten Hag signing. Casemiro's made his career. He just came to continue what he was doing. You know what I'm trying to say? Martinez was the one that got everyone to start to believe in Ten Hag. I think every single one of us saw Martinez last season and thought, yeah, more of this, please. Then we move into the second season, and I think it's where everything unravels, because we start to see Eric Ten Hag's player IQ and ID and identifying the type of players he thinks he wants to play a certain type of system. So we have Mount come through the door. Everybody wasn't really too sure about. And then we had the biggest one was the De Gea thing, what happened in the summer. He left. That was 50-50 with the fan base. Then we have Onana come through. Then I think obviously we had Evans, and a few things weren't going too right. A couple of players came through the door. Amrabat, we wanted to see more. And then obviously we've had the season that we've had. Off the back of that, with the players that we brought in the summer, would I say that I was overly fuming? No, I was a bit optimistic, hoping that they would pull through. The only one I really questioned was Mount, but I didn't think he would be this bad in terms of
he wouldn't be as well. I thought he would be available at least. You know what I'm saying?
Available. This is what I'm trying to say. Then we've got to where we've got at. So then I'm looking at myself yesterday. I'm saying to myself, what's my real complaint to Eric Ten Hag? Is it the signings? Is it his style of play? Is it how he approaches the game? What's changed dramatically from the start of the season to the end of the season? And I think for me, side, it boils down to in-game management and how he's approached the season. And I think the way he's approached this season and how he went about setting up the 11 that he had on the pitch, kind of what Nuruddin keeps on alluding to, kind of felt a bit cheated and a bit gaslighted to the fact that the last 4 games of the season, he was able to change what everybody was talking about. You know what I'm saying? He was able to change. I'm going to move back in. And I think that there kind of let me down. So looking at that, to me, it's a bit deceiving.
Yeah, 100%, man. You know what it is for me, though? I just woke up this morning thinking, man, these man actually folded, you know? Them man actually folded. I think they folded, man. I think they folded to fan pressure for some weird reason. I don't know why you're listening to the fans, even me. You know what I'm saying to you? I look at their judgment now and I'm like, bro, one FA Cup. You know what I'm saying to you? You're looking at injuries, you're looking at certain things like that. I just, for me, can't understand why, they've come to this decision. I really, really can't. Like, nobody can tell me. And a lot of it comes down to hopium. A lot of the points that people are making is hopium. They're saying, yo, he can do things when he's got the players available. He is capable of doing this. He is. And I'm like, bro, like, you've seen what you've seen, innit? Like, you know what I mean?
And I really believe that side to the point, and this is why I had to remind myself yesterday that Manchester United, and I have to truly believe this, did not finish where we finished last season outside of the top four because we didn't have certain players available.
Yeah,
I believe Manchester United finished outside of the top four because of Eric Ten Hag's inability to change a system that was failing, but he wanted to push along with, regardless of us seeing that we couldn't survive with a lone six. And I think no matter who he would have set up as he did towards the end of the season, because nothing much changed, but we started to pick up points and look more solid and compact because he changed the system. And I feel like had he changed that system earlier in the season when we were all saying we could still push for a top four finish, I think we would have made the top four. So it wasn't based just on the injuries. It was also based on his stubbornness to adapt and change a system that he wanted to persevere with. And for that reason, he takes full responsibility for us finishing in 8th and with a minus goal difference, I believe. And he has to go. And that's all it is. And like I said, it doesn't make you a bad manager. It doesn't make you, a crap manager overnight. But it just shows you that you're in a job role that has standards. And if you fall below par of those standards dramatically, there is a price to pay. And that price is his job.
But you know what it is, though? Like, man, like a lot of people will say, yo, listen, man, he's here to stay, get on with it. But, bro, I still believe he's getting sacked, innit? You know what I'm saying to you? Next season. I know this manager ain't going to survive, innit? So it's like, why are you wasting my time, innit? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, you could have started the new era. For me, personally, you could have started the new era on the right path. Do you know what I mean? And I'm still not buying into this Southgate nonsense, man. A lot of people are saying it's Southgate. It's not. It generally isn't. It's not Southgate, man.
But you know what it is, though, Saeed?
It's not Southgate.
No, but Saeed, if INEOS have the capability of doing what they've just done, why would you put Southgate past him? If they have the ability to fold under pressure, because everybody would admit that before the FA Cup final, all their findings were leading to Eric Ten Hag losing his job.
Yes, all their findings, everything.
All their findings. So the fact that they've changed it based on one game, this tells me everything I need to know about this ownership in terms of how they're prepared. And you know what it is? It's like, when everyone says, like, if it was me that was in that position, I would do A, B, and C. And as soon as you get in there, the position takes hold of you. It's like the race for presidency. When I become president, I want to do this and this. As soon as man becomes president, everything goes out the window. The sway of the people, the sway of government, the sway. And I feel like Man United has a similar effect on people because everyone has a load of talk. But like you said, as soon as fan opinion has hit a certain level, they fold it. And I just feel like I wouldn't be surprised if they gave Ten Hag a chance based on fan opinion. And if it didn't work, they're like, you know what? 2 fingers up to the fans. We gave you a little chance. Yeah, we kept your man. This is what's happened. Now we're putting in a man that we're happy with, and that's Gareth Southgate. I wouldn't be surprised. At least interim, you might think it's a joke, but they will put him in as an interim to the end of the season.
Nah, that's
and then
crazy.
If he does well, they'll have him on some Ollie thing. You think that this club with Brailsford and all these, man, if Eric Ten Hag's not doing well by Christmas, will not get an interim in, like bring him in as a...
Yeah, 100%. Listen, you know what it is? Yeah, because my thing is, I want to know how they've come to this decision, Like, I want them to openly give their reasons out and tell the people, yo, listen, this is the reason why we sacked. I know there's a few rumors about the fans, the overwhelming support of the fan base They also alluded to the injuries as well. You know what I mean? Being a factor as to why the season's been as bad as it is. You know what I mean? But I want to know what's made them U-turn from going to Tuchel, speaking to him. He said he's not, he don't want it or whatever happened over there. Speaking to other candidates as well. Yeah, because I don't think there'll be one candidate they were speaking to. But speaking to all of that and coming to the conclusion of we're backing him as well. It don't feel like a backing. It feels like a backing because no one's available then. That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like. Let's be honest.
I can see that, but I can.
That ain't really a backing, though, is it?
No, but the cynic in me tells me as well that do they speak to Tuchel? Do they speak to a couple managers that they like? And based on the backlash that they will get from the fan base, do they tell these managers, look, okay, you're gonna have a year off break anyway, but if it goes left, like you will be, because one of the things that I think is going to be different from the Glazers is that I don't believe INEOS will sack a manager without having another manager to come in, because most of the big clubs
lined up.
So I believe from now as we speak, they have an idea. If things went left, like I think they've already put things in place. Like if this doesn't work, who is the man that we go to get next? And I believe that man's already been headhunted. Maybe not to the fact where they've agreed certain things, but they've had a conversation with someone that they like. And if this doesn't work, they will move quickly and rapidly. And I think they've set that up as well, Saeed. They might have themselves the first 10 games of the season. If Eric Ten Hag isn't where they want to be, like if we're still 10th, Saeed, or 9th after 10 games, the brother might lose his job.
Bro, that's
but
crazy.
For me, that's even worse than keeping him now, because I would say, why do that? You might as well keep him now. I would say keep
big up
him.
Adam. Yeah, 100%. You know what it is? What baffles me as well, is that we all, exactly, big up Adam. We all love the club in different ways, innit? You know what I'm saying? To like, I will still be there. I will still support the team and that. I don't support no manager. I don't support no player. We all support Man United, innit? Do you feel me?
Right.
And it's like, we were thinking what was a betterment for the future of Man United going into next season. That would have been for them. It would have been better for them to start fresh, new manager. It's their way. It's not the Glazers' way. It's not what anything. It's their way. It's like, yo, we set a president. It's the INEOS way. That would have been better for them, as if you were to create like an idea and an ethos and a philosophy. It would have been better on a clean slate. Now, all you've done is you're creating a lot of pressure for yourself, yeah? A lot of pressure, because now he has to become a better manager overnight. And I can't see that. You know what I mean? I can't see a better manager overnight. Yes, he might have better tools, which is understandably okay. But I just think for me, tactically, bro, I saw what I saw, man. Bro, man saw. Like, I can't see him becoming a better manager overnight. I just can't. And yeah, injuries might come back. Fair enough. You might see the change in quality. But I just can't see a manager who's been naive, who's been sometimes, like, honestly, comical in the way he's settles up. I just can't see that, bro. I really can't. For me, that's what I'm saying. Personally.
I agree with you. And I feel, for me, there's a lot of people out here now who's like, you have to get behind the manager. And if you don't get behind the manager, you're not getting behind the team. The two are not connected. For me, the two are not connected, because
they're the same ones that when it was going bad, they were silent. You get me? And I was out there, You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, everyone has their moments in it.
I don't think the two's connected, man. There's a lot, because let's get it right. There are players, who are one club players. Yeah. If you look at Ruiz at Dortmund, man's been there through the thick and thin. So how are you go and tell a Dortmund fan that they're going to choose a manager over that player? Yeah. They're not going to choose a manager over that player, because that player is more connected to the club than any manager. Most of these managers have a shorter contract than the players. How do you want us to support someone who has a shorter contract than a player that's connected? They're both employed by Man United. Like you said at the beginning of the stream, we support the club. We support Manchester United, the club. And the team that goes out there, we want it to win. The same way, these same people saying we must support Eric Ten Hag. Half of them don't support Harry Maguire and they want him out the team. Half of them are the same people that want Scott McTominay out of the team. But by wanting them out of the team and wanting them sold and out the club, we don't go around and say, oh, if you want McTominay sold and you want flipping Maguire sold, that means you don't support the club. No, you have preferences. What you see that allows your team and your club to move forward. Just as we think that this manager is a hindrance to the club moving forward. As simple as that. But that's not to question, our support to Man United as a football club. So I just feel like this agenda of all these toxic fans that want Eric Ten Hag out. What do you mean? We want players out. We want managers out. It's part and parcel of the game.
Everyone, man. 100%.
Part and parcel of the game. So for me, but again, Saeed, we go back to it. Like I said last week, if it's not De Zerbi, I wanted him to stay. I wanted him to stay.
You know who are the real winners today? It's the rival fans, me, I think they're the real winners today. Look at this comment here. Every non-Man United fan loves INEOS. I think the rival fans are laughing, man. The amount of people I seen yesterday, bro, celebrating, like genuinely, because they know United ain't serious under Ten Hag. Yes, he may win a cup. I've always said it, man. He's going to win a cup next season. I actually think he'll win the Europa League next season. I think we can win the Europa League. But I'm telling you now, the bread and butter of what we're meant to be, bro, I swear down, man. It's going to be painful. And that's why I've always judged this manager. He's a cup manager. So I genuinely think for me, the rivals are the biggest winners today. You know what I mean? You might not like it. There will be section of fan base that do want Ten Hag to stay. But I generally think for me, the rivals have had the biggest laugh today.
I'm looking at this like, say goodbye to Palestri, say goodbye to Ahmed Diallo, say goodbye to because people think that he played Diallo because he wanted to at the end of the season. But he was forced to. He had no other options.
Yeah. Off Meta says, as a City fan, this is great news. Time to celebrate. Michael O'Connor says this. They'll sack him in November and get Southgate in. Be scared. Be very scared. De Lag is not going down the drain this summer. Saeed looks ecstatic. Big up knowledge to Saeed when it goes all wrong. Eric Ten Hag fans will blame INEOS and Glazers, say they shouldn't have listened to fans. INEOS out, Glazers 2.0. Now, what will happen is they'll be like, yo, Ten Hag wasn't backed enough, and they'll go to INEOS out. You know what I mean? That's what it'll be now. The narrative, that's what it'll be. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But you know what? As well, it's the insult to injury is the contract talks, man.
They have to give him a contract.
They have to. Yeah, we said it already anyway.
Yeah, they have.
We said they had to give him a contract. You know what I mean? Because you can't back him for 1 year. You can't really logically. You can't back him for 1 year. You've got to give him a contract, whether that's 2-3 years. Whether there's a contract in there that'll say, yo, if you're not performing, then you know what I'm trying to say, like, you know what I mean, like, you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I feel like we said, he's got 1 year left with an option to further extend it. 1 year left with an option to further extend it. So I believe now, if they give him a new 2-year contract, it's basically that 1 year to extend it with another year.
Yeah, basically.
So it's not really a big deal.
Yeah, I reckon 2-year deal, maybe. I don't know. Maybe
because that 2 year takes him to. Because think about it, that 2 year takes him to a 5-year deal.
First 5-year deal.
So that's 5 years altogether. But then it's not really that big of a difference because technically he's on a 4-year anyway. So it's only really a year extension because it's 3 years with the right to extend. So I just feel like that 2 years they will give him. Yeah, that 2 years that they will give him.
That's another manager that's going to be better than Ten Hag. Watch next season. That's another manager that's going to outplay Ten Hag next season. Graham Potter. Watch this. You know what I'm saying to you, bro? I'm telling you. Yeah, man. Bro, you know what it is, yeah, man. Big up Rance.
Rance told us that he was gone. I need to have words.
Bro, everyone thought he was. I thought he was gone, man. You know, I'll be real with you. I thought he was gone.
Sure.
You weren't too sure. To be fair, you weren't too sure.
Yeah, I wasn't too sure, but I said it. If we can't get De Zerbi, the reason I kept on saying I prefer him to stay, because I truly believe what I saw last season, this brother's gonna sack himself. But what I'm scared of now is that he sacked himself and they bring in Southgate. That's the only thing that can scare me. But if not, I think he'll sack himself and they'll bring in Tuchel. I think the De Zerbi thing's not gonna happen. I think Tuchel's taking a year off and saying he wants a year off is a bit dodgy. The fact that they've spoken to him and they had that meeting for me is a bit dodgy. I feel like there could be some understanding there with Tuchel that take your break, do what you're doing. If it doesn't work here, you're the first person we're coming to offer this job. Like you will come in, and I can see Tuchel running into United.
Bro, they wasted our time, man. Yo, bro, them man wasted my time, bro. And you know what's bad, yeah? You know what I mean? You know what's bad for me, yeah, is the fact that people will say, oh, Saeed, you were doing the most for INEOS. I hear that, yeah. But I was saying, yo, if they're coming to a conclusion, I said I'd rather wait for the right decision. And unfortunately, for my sake, we've waited for the wrong decision. It is what it is.
This is like one of them series like Game of Thrones, and they have a bad ending, and you just think,
yo, trust me, yo. Imagine watching a long series, yeah, and you're like, yo, it's going good, it's going good, it's going good, and then boom.
Like Ghost, when Ghost just got killed off, you're like, what was all this about?
Man got killed off for no reason. You know what I mean? Like, what's going on here, man? Yeah, you know what I mean? And Rants, yeah, listen, I for me, I'm not believing this Southgate news. That's just me in it. Because you know what it is, yeah? I just think it's too simplistic for me to be like, yo, they're waiting for Southgate. I don't think there's any connection apart from Dan Ashworth. Dan Ashworth's still not in the job. I don't believe, for me, they are waiting for this brother. I genuinely don't. I genuinely don't. And people can say that's copium and whatnot. Cool. But I've never seen one certified.
Yeah, and I remember one thing Rant said as well was that if it was going to be Southgate, and why didn't they try to get him in at Brighton or Newcastle? Why has it got to be United? They've always had links to him. But then what I have heard is that Ashworth did want him at Newcastle.
Yeah. Yeah, but then again, listen, he's been with England for a long time, you know. He got appointed by Dan Ashworth. That was it. Nothing else, nothing more. I don't think there's any substantial links apart from Dan Ashworth was the one that appointed him for the England job.
What scares me though, Saeed, he might not get appointed as out-and-out manager. He definitely, what's his Moosa was right yesterday. They smelled it right. The fact that
took so long. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
it's scary. And you know what it is that I feel to myself right now that he might not get appointed as out-and-out manager, but I can definitely see Southgate coming in as an interim manager if Eric Ten Hag gets sacked. Interim changes it. They can play off to us. He's only here till the end of the season while we do our flipping findings. And then come to the end of the season, they haven't found no one better. They keep...
Bro, listen, man. You rather keep Ten Hag, man. You know what I mean? Than bring in Southgate. Yeah, I'd rather wait to the end of the season. I'd rather suffer to the end of the season watching Ten Hag ball than bring in Southgate. I swear down, bro. I'd rather wait to the end of the season than bring in a credible candidate to the job, man. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But like I said, INEOS right now, I'll be real with you, man. They've got me thinking, you know what I'm saying, as to what their plan is now. You know what I'm saying to you? Because, bro, if they are broke, then that's even another thing as well, man. I personally think they have got a bit of money. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And they will split. Because you know what it is? They want to make an impression. I think they will want to spend money this summer. And the next summer, you know what they'll do in it. They'll probably back off a little bit. But I reckon they'll spend a little bit this summer.
Now they're broke.
Ultimately, I can't lie to you. My thing is...
No money to sack Ten Hag. No money to keep someone like Sancho on 350. No money to keep Varane. No money to keep someone like Casemiro. No money to do anything, brother. Everyone has to come back into work. If you don't want, keep it moving. They just cut this. Listen, they got no money, man. This went left for us the minute Qatar pulled out. This is when it went left. Qatar pulled out, this went left. It's going to be a long...
No, I genuinely, you know, people might say we don't have no money yet, but INEOS will find that money this summer just to appease the fans and get on the good side, like they're doing right now, like they've done now. You know, hold on a minute, like they've done now, like they've done now with the whole situation. Now, everyone's now looking at INEOS thinking, "Yo, man, fair play. They back the manager, etc., etc." What they'll do this summer, they'll back the manager, and then they'll say, right, this is just to kind of be like, yo, we're kind of backing you, like, we're kind of showing that we're serious. Watch. You'll see. It's almost like a little, you know what I mean, bro?
Hey, by the time everyone's sold and the players that come in, our net spend's most probably going to be like 50, 60 million. You watch. By the time we've sold players like Greenwood, Sancho, maybe a McTominay and Maguire. By the time we've sold players and what we've bought in, we're going to bring in players like Euro. That's going to be like 30 million. We might bring in Thibaut again. He's going to be like another 30, 35 million. It's not going to be big spend. Then we're looking at that striker from Bologna. What was again?
Bologna. Yeah. I think AC Milan will take him anyway, to be honest.
Maybe or not, but we've looked at him. He's not going to be big money again. INEOS are done. And that like Rance is saying.
But you know what's the biggest one for me is that these players that everybody wanted out here are staying. McTominay and Maguire are not going anywhere. They're not going anywhere. Bro, the same players that everyone wanted sold a couple of years ago and they were like, we need a rebuild, they're still staying this summer. So you lot get with it. All of the Ten Hag lieutenants here that he trusted and he was like, yo, I like you. Them man are still staying in the team. So fair enough then.
This is the problem I have. Eric Ten Hag here. I'm gonna send you something on WhatsApp here.
Yeah.
If he gets his way, that's our starting 11. That team cannot win anything.
Yeah, I see that.
That team cannot. You can't just put Olise and Brantford, and then you just think you're gonna win stuff.
Well, Eric Ten Hag,
that's it. That's us. That's our team next season. That's all their money. Because if you think about the two signings that they've spoken about and the amount of money that we have, if you can put that team up, that's all it is. It'll be Olise, and Brantford, and that's it. With Martinez, and they think they're going to give us Mount and Bruno again with Maino. That's United. You think that team's winning anything, bro?
Yep. Yeah, let me play some of this audio, by the way, that Rand sent me. Apparently it's from, what's his name? Craig Burnley.
What's he saying?
I might, you know what I mean? Southgate is coming. Bro, I don't believe that. I swear down.
Let me hear this. Where's all this come from? Ratcliffe, I think they were quite the fans at the time that Ten Hag was.
Is it in the middle? Areas.
The review was the season. The review was the performances. The review was the batterings that they took from less than mediocre sides in the Premier League. Yeah, you can win games. Wigan won the FA Cup. They beat Manchester City like Man United did. They were relegated. You don't judge on the odd game against Liverpool and Manchester City and say, well, you know, we've derailed other people's seasons. That's not what a football club should be about. A football club should be about not looking at other teams and how you've disrupted them, but what you have done yourself. And yes, they won the cup, but the rest of it was absolutely dire. And quite frankly, the longer the INEOS are in there, and it hasn't been long, the more you doubt their ability actually to bring to Man United what many thought they were, which was utter clarity in the way they were going to go. They're going to have egg in their face if Manchester United play in the first 3 or 4 months of next season like they played in the first 3 or 4 months of this season. Big decisions had to be made, and they have not made it.
I think that's the thing, and you're talking about hope.
There you go, man. You know what I'm saying? And you know what's bad about it as well? It's the whole season you look at the review, not one game. You see what I mean, people? Like, he's speaking facts there. He's talking about the review should have been the whole season, not based on one game where it's a 50-50, it's a one-off cup game, it's a derby, emotions are in there. United have always gone in certain derbies and won. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer won a couple of derbies. Are we now saying that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is an amazing coach? You know what I'm saying to you? He said something about Southgate. Let me see this Southgate one. 1 second. The last bit about Southgate.
Playing for Man United, still highly admired by people at Man United. You're doing, or you've done this with that director of football, but when Ashford comes in, he'll be accountable, as will everybody around him. But Ten Hag will know that he's got to get it right from the off next season because, you know, we know that managers sign contracts and it can be gone within 6 months. And
yeah, that's true.
That this is any sign of a long-term fix at Man United. It's probably a sticking plaster to get them to where they need to be, wherever that is in a year's time.
It just seems to continue. This sticking they saw.
It's because, you know, Sir Jim Ratcliffe and INEOS came in and they made some big changes straight away. You know,
John Murtaugh's gone, the football director's gone, the chief exec's gone. They brought in a new chief executive director of football. They've made massive changes, big changes in key positions, but there's no bigger position at a football club than the manager. And they bottled it, really. Because
exactly, they bottled it.
Man United, myself and other people, it's been pretty clear for a while that they wanted to replace Ten Hag. They weren't sold on Ten Hag, but they've got to the big decision and they bottled it because they didn't want to upset the fans. They didn't want to make a decision that would be wrong because they didn't have all the experts in place, i.e. Dan Ashworth. They didn't want to be seen as the wrong people making the wrong decisions. And what's happened is they've gone in with this big kind of selling point of being, you know, we're going to make things different. We're going to do things differently. And they've been like the Glazers. They've sat around waiting and waiting for weeks and weeks to decide what to do. This is classic Glazer behaviour. This is what happens every year at Man United. Every summer, we get to the summer, we're going to sign this player, we're going to sign that player. We get to August, we've not signed that player, we're going to sign this player we've never heard of before because one of our scouts has seen him and, we're going to pay a lot of money for him that we don't need to pay. You know, Rasmus Højlund's £70 million when he could have got 40. So, all of a sudden, they come in with these big ideas of changing the way the football clubs run and they turn into the Glazers straight away. I think you can also...
There you go, man. You know what I mean? Like, ultimately, they have bottled it, man. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And people don't understand what... I was trusting Craig Burnley. No, he's speaking facts, though. He's speaking objectively. You know, that's something that not a lot of United fans are doing right now this minute. They're not understanding the whole scenario. You know? You've got to review the whole season and not just one game. And yeah, people can say injuries and whatnot are factors. Fair enough. But for me, for you to be like, yo, we looked at that game. Because like I said, if we had not won that game, what would have happened? That's the scary bit for me. If we never won that game against Man City, what would have happened? That's my biggest concern as well.
But my thing is, I think one of the biggest things now for me, like all last season, I told you I was on Ten Hag watch. This season, I'm on INEOS watch. Because for me, Ten Hag could be part of a pawn of a bigger piece of a puzzle that we need to look at. Because the reality is now that they've kept the manager and they're keeping him in hand, they've always spoke about how they back and provide the best tools for a manager going into a season. So now we need to go and see how they go by their transfer strategy and the players that they let out of the club. We know who Erik Ten Hag wanted out of the club from last season, and the Glazers couldn't get it done. Murtough couldn't get it done. Ten Hag wanted Maguire out. He wanted McTominay out. So we should be expected to see those same two players leave the season. He didn't want them out. He didn't want them in the season. So let's see what happens then, because that could not have changed just over 12 months. The only way that changes if you get told, listen, there's no money and you got to keep these players, and you're just getting told what to do. And the minute he starts getting told what to do in terms of how he sets up his team, there's one thing about them bringing in a certain type of player, but there's no way we should be believing that if INEOS was in charge from the beginning, they would be signing players like a McTominay, signing players like a Maguire. These are players that they should not be signing based on the philosophy we think that they want to adapt at this club. So yet again, it should be leading all doors to these guys leaving the club. If these guys don't leave the club, Saeed, and we're invested in 22s and 23-year-olds with no senior pros, and it's all junior players with the likes of Bruno and Casemiro meant to lead them out, and they're just not good enough. If we're just going to do a Chelsea, but not even do a Chelsea where we're buying the best in the young talent. We're just buying mid-level young talent. Because I'll tell you for free, when we look at the likes of young talent out there, Chelsea's young talent was Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez. That's who they went and bought. 100 million a pop. We went and bought Højlund. Mm-hmm. He's not the best in class as a striker in terms of young talent. He's a player that could grow into be something, but he wasn't a striker that was on the books of all the big teams in the world, because Caicedo was. Real Madrid and people were looking at him, you know. Same as Enzo Fernandez. Like, big teams were looking at those players in those positions. They were some of the best in class in their positions in terms of their age group. If Man United are going to buy like the player at Bologna and we're going to buy Todibo and things like that, again, they're young players, but are they the players that the big clubs are after? Are they the players that Madrid and Barca are knocking down the door to try to get them in as a centre-back position and as a striker? No, they're not. So then where we find ourselves is in a tricky situation, because we might find ourselves with Erik Ten Hag meant to lead a group of young players out to victory and a style of play, and he's not able to deliver.
Yeah, it's so true, man. Big up Knowledge. She says, this is all set up by INEOS to say that we did what the fans wanted, so it goes bad. They will act like they are forced to bring in Southgate because there won't be any other competent managers. Bro, we missed out on a lot of big managers, man. You know what I'm saying? I'll be real with you, man. Hansi Flick was there. There was a lot of good managers there, man. You know what I mean? It's just whether you have a philosophy. That's why I'm watching what their philosophy is. I don't know what they are. INEOS' philosophy right now is looking a bit booky because if they came in and put their manager in place, I would have been like, fair enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what they're meant to be. But then now, the fact that they've just given in to fans' opinion, that's mad, man.
Yeah, because what they've told us as well is that you've not only kept Eric Ten Hag on, you've employed him.
Yeah.
Because you've put him through the same rigorous microscope and even more rigorous than the other managers, because he was actually under your tenure for the first 6 months of the ownership of this club. So you've put him through that same rigorous, even more so than the managers, and you've come out the other end saying he's your man. Don't you dare tell us that Ten Hag is not your man. He's an INEOS. Listen, so they can't tell us that he wasn't our man. You've just re-employed him. Ten Hag from this day on is an INEOS signing. I don't think the fan base should.
That's it. Yeah.
From this day on, Ten Hag is an INEOS signing.
You've enabled something.
You've enabled something. No, if we didn't want him, he would have been gone. It's the same way we said that Delo is a Ten Hag signing. The same way we said that Rashford is a Ten Hag signing, because he said to himself he wants to build around these players. He doesn't want to replace them. Given the chance, he would buy them again. And given the chance, this club would employ Eric Ten Hag again, because they basically just employed him again. He was gone. He was done.
Yeah. This comment here, let me just read this comment here. Big up this comment here. Saeed, brother, make your mind. Is Ten Hag failing due to tactics? If not, consider why an injury crisis. Listen to me, yeah. A lot of teams have had injuries this season, yeah. There's no excuses for me. His tactics have been absolute shambles, a utter shambles, and it should have been sackable. The losses should have been sackable, whether you like it or not. There's been managers that have won trophies and been sacked. Jose Mourinho was the biggest prime example. Everybody didn't like the Jose Mourinho football, but he delivered 2 trophies. What did everyone want? They wanted him sacked. So,
but if he's injuries, explain how we got to the FA Cup final and won it.
But there you go. They'll give him credit. You know what it is, yeah? They'll say that the player's fault, and they'll give the manager credit. One minute
it's injuries in the league, but it's not injuries in the cup game. It's injuries why we've had a poor season, but it's the players why we've had a good cup run. So are the players good enough to win an FA Cup, meaning that it should be if a top 4 team is good enough to win the FA Cup, if those squad of players are good enough to beat Liverpool and beat Man City and win an FA Cup, that team should be good enough to finish in the top 4 in my eyes. There's that squad that won the FA Cup is the squad that was good enough to finish in the top 4. The only thing that let that squad down was the fact that they wasn't directed properly during the 38-game Premier League season in tactics and how to deliver a set game for us to be able to finish in the top 4. I was listening to Rio Ferdinand and Joe Cole talk about the England team 20 years ago versus the England team this season. This year. And he said that even though we had Scholes, Gerrard and Lampard in midfield, he goes, the difference is that these guys have all been coached better in recent years with better managers, and tactics have changed. He goes, even though we had all them, man, we would still go to a Hungary and get passed off the pitch, and we'll be coming off thinking, how we got Scholes, Gerrard, Lampard, how's that happen?
No.
Tactics of the manager. It's not just about the players, it's about the tactics. And this is why you look at lesser teams who are able to perform, and we talk about lesser teams in terms of personnel, but their tactics and the direction that they've been given is spot on. And that's the problem, Eric Ten Hag. It's not just about the injuries why we didn't get the top 4. If you tell me Man United weren't able to compete in a title race, Manchester United was not able to get top 2, top 3 because of injuries, I'm like, cool, I get it. Yeah, we weren't, because the least of our worries this season was that we were going to be in a title race. We wanted to push on from our 3rd place finish last season. We were like, all right, cool, finish 3rd. We want to see if we can finish 2nd be there or thereabouts with at least a couple months of the seasons to go. The fact that we weren't even in the title race or thereabouts, that can prove to me injuries. But injuries doesn't tell me that we should be finishing 8th in the season, my brother.
Yeah. Mike, all of a sudden, Craig Burley speaking facts, yet when he was slagging off Pogba, he wasn't. So he only speaks facts when it suits your point. Listen, Pogba, he could,
brother,
he could
even a broken watch, even a broken clock's right twice a day, brother. Yeah. Sometimes we have to just say it how it is.
Yeah, man. And like I said, I don't agree with what he said against Pogba, but I agree with what he's saying now. Simple as that. Yeah. That's all it is, man. In this subject right now we're dealing with, he's speaking facts. And William said the fact that Ten Hag has said that he cannot play the way he played at Ajax, then why is he here then? His time at Ajax as to what was why he got the job. Well, it's now the INEOS way, innit? So it's not going to be that. It's going to be, what's his name? Jason Wilcox setting the style of play. You know what I mean? I just want to know what the style of play is going to be next season and whether we are going to play that 3-1-6 formation and whether he is going to be better football. And where's the there needs to be some sort of like review, like mid-season or whatnot. Like, you know what I mean? Like, bro, I'm telling you, this should be so yo, if we don't see improvement, then man needs to be called into the boardroom and saying, yo, brother, fix up, pattern up. That's what I want to see from United next season. If this football does not change,
all I know,
it's
the most toxic, like all the Eric Ten Hag in guys, are going to be the ones that are toxic next season. I just don't want to hear from them. Because the same guys are telling us Eric Ten Hag in, they're going to come and moan about why he isn't picking this player, why ain't Ahmed Diallo playing, why is he starting McTominay, and this is why I just want the season to start and crack on. I want to see who's still here. Because if McTominay and Maguire here, pre-season, I want it to start because if McTominay and Maguire are still here, they're playing next season.
Big up Ramsey says, we won't play that 3-1-6 again. It'll be more like we played it in the season. Us parking, counter-attack rubbish. Bro, that can't happen as well, man. But that means then Amrabat will be signed now. Amrabat will be signed. You know what I mean? What do you call it? McTominay's gonna stay. You know what I mean? Like, no, but then you haven't got your best box defender though. Varane was one of your best box defenders. It'll be interesting to see who they go and get, you know, in terms of centre backs. Because, bro, when you play that low block, Varane is your best guy to do that. So you need to find a good box defender. Because I don't think the Sancho is better than Varane in terms of defending anyway. I think he's good at playing out from the back.
No, I think he's going to go back to the football the first year. We will have a high line. Remember the first year he did drop Scott McTominay and he did drop Maguire. He was playing Eriksen and the Casemiro in the middle of the park. He's going to look for something similar. He's going to look for that type of football where it's not going to be extraordinary. We are going to win some games. We're just going to get by. It's not going to be nothing scintillating where you feel like, oh, yeah, we're back. We're just going to get by, brothers. And if we get top 4, he's made our expectations so low that Manchester United actually finishing top 4 next season is such a great achievement. That's what he's done right now. He's by finishing 8th, finishing an extra 4 positions higher in the season next year makes it an actual achievement. So if Eric Ten Hag does what he should have done this year, because he's actually got the squad and the players to have done that, he's just going to make what he should be doing seem like an achievement. And then we're just going to keep him.
Yeah. Well, it's the first season we had the deepest defensive line in the league. Yeah. And we also had our we're the third best defense in the league. You know what I mean? That first season. But that first season wasn't still, for me, satisfactory, man, when you deep it. Like, it was okay, but I wasn't satisfied majorly. I was like, yo, we need to do better. I gave that kind of rhetoric at the start of the season, and that's why I was Ten Hag out from October, because I said, "Yo, man ain't changing, and it's just becoming shit and shit." Do you know what I mean? Knowledge says, I personally told you, taking a long time don't equate to a logical decision, because in the end they made an emotional one. So one that also benefited them because it gave them time to settle for Southgate. Listen, I got it wrong with INEOS, innit? I'm gonna put my hands up. You know what I mean, bro? I thought they were going to come to a right decision. I said, yo, they got footballing people. They've got people in charge that I ain't going to stand for this. They haven't hired him. So therefore, it's going to be easier to sack him. I got it horribly wrong. I can admit that.
This Monday on the Straight Jacket podcast, he was confident.
I was confident. I'm going to lie to you. I was confident. Arsenal made proposal. Oh, okay. But my thing is, I was confident in that aspect. But I'm just saying to you guys that, bro, they have let me down massively. That's all I'm saying. They have let me down massively. I got it wrong. It's okay. You know what I mean? Moosa was right. Nuruddin had his eye. Listen, Nuruddin was like, yo, he said, Jim the Rat Ratcliffe. He said, yo, I don't trust a rat, you know. Yo, he said, I never trusted that brother. You know? But I was just coming as like, yo, surely these men have got common sense. Surely these men. But that's the fear of, or that's the power of, like, you know, like expecting or, you know, you can't expect anything now in life, innit? Expect the unexpected. That's what they say, right? Yeah. Expect the unexpected. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Big up HN says, now that Ten Hag is staying, does this mean Man United in less position to put in a decent price on Sancho? We can't walk away from that deal and say, no, we'll rather keep him now. I don't think he stays, to be honest. I'll be honest with you. Now that Ten Hag's gone,
I don't think he wants to stay anyway like that. Whether I don't think he really wanted to stay anyway like that.
That's what I thought as well.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to stay like that. I still think we could see Sancho end up at Bayern. We could see Juventus. Remember, Juventus have got that knack.
No, Juventus are onto him. They're onto him, bro.
Juventus are onto him, yeah. So we have that. Juventus have got that knack of getting old senior players in for free, young talent that nobody wants, and rejuvenating them. So I can see Juventus grabbing Greenwood and Sancho off us. We had those reports earlier on and at the end of the season. So don't be surprised, guys. And for Jadon Sancho to line up somewhere like Juventus or Bayern, he's done well in his career. Listen, Eric Ten Hag staying is not uplifting anyone's career, my brother. Like staying at Man United with Eric Ten Hag, what's that doing for your career, brother? You're not going to win the Premier League title. Yeah, you might win a Europa League, maybe. You might win another Carabao Cup, brother.
Yeah, guys, 1.5k in the building. Not even 500 likes, yo. You lot get the likes up in it, man. Help the channel grow. You know what I'm saying to you? It's going to be a mad time this year. You know what I'm saying? Like, man will be there, innit? Man will be there. You know what I mean? You man, the blessing for you, man, is that you don't have to go to the games, innit? But I will be there. I'll still support United. But what I will say is, that's the sirens for the situation right now. But my thing is, there's a lot of things that need to change, man. And I just don't believe it will change. A lot of people have hope in that things will change. For me, do not think things will change. That's where my head's at. You know what I mean? And people can say, you have an agenda. Yes, this is an agenda that I believe that this manager is not good enough. What do you want to say? What would you want me to flip-flop? I ain't no flip-flop like a lot of yous are, man. A lot of yous, not in the comments, but a lot of the United fan base are flip-flops, man. These, man, just follow the popular narrative. And it sells, and it does well. Nobody really gives their real opinion. You get me? Because if your real opinion, it would have been literally, this manager should go. Back of the season we had, it should go. But a lot of people, they either want to sit on the fence or they flip-flop badly, man. I ain't one of them. We'll say one of them. Rand say one of them. A lot of people are not one of them, bro. And it is what it is. You get me? A lot of people backed him. Fair enough. People like Marcel, I ain't got no issues with. You get me? Because Marcel been backing it from day one. You get me?
And to be fair to Marcel, he's also said De Zerbi. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he said De Zerbi if the manager just changed. But a lot of people I've kept it 100. Ten Hag out. I want this manager gone. So all of a sudden you think I'm gonna flip-flop and back the manager because INEOS have backed him. No. Why should I? I support my United. Yeah. I ain't gonna want my team to lose. No way. I never want my team to lose. But what I will say is I do not support this manager. It's as simple as that. You can cry in your bedrooms. You can call me a fake fan. You can do whatever you want. This manager is not the right manager for Manchester United. He may be a cup manager and he's delivered trophies, which is fair enough. I give him credit for that. 2 trophies in 2 years. Not many other managers do that. Fair enough. But the bread and butter, the what makes Man United, what we enjoy. We watch football for enjoyment as well, you know. We watch it for trophies, but we watch Man United. A club like Man United, an establishment like Manchester United should be playing the right type of football. And he has served up absolute garbage at Man United. Garbage. You know? He's made people depressed I've seen people say they don't want to watch Man United anymore. Are you serious? I've seen people say, yo, I didn't watch the United game today.
Yeah, Why not? It's been like that.
Because you know what? It's not been great. I've seen us get spanked week in, week out, whether it's getting embarrassed by a team that's outplayed us, or it's getting embarrassed because a team like Crystal Palace have done 4-0 past us. And things haven't changed. So that's why, for me, I will remain Ten Hag out. Simple. I'm not no sheep. You know what I mean? People can be sheeps. People can follow the narrative and follow the popular crowd.
Well, listen, to be honest, I got and this is why I'm just gonna to let people understand where I stand on this. It's like the same way I said that we need to get rid of Scott McTominay, and the same way I've said we need to get rid of Harry Maguire. But when they've played and they've done well, I've also put my hand up and said, right, they had a good game. Or they've done this and they've done that. And that's the same approach I'm going to have with Erik Ten Hag next season. I believe that we should have a different manager in the dugout, but I'm not going to start every game with a negative. I'm not going to allow it to do because I'll just switch off. I won't even watch the season. So I'm not going to start. I'm telling you.
HK Music, he messaged me the other day, last night, goes, yeah, I'm checked out. He said, I'm checked out.
That's what I'm saying. I won't even be excited. So what I will go and do, because remember, the first game of the season is a charity shield against City. People ain't forgot that. We got a charity shield versus City. We got a game back at Wembley. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, Wembley.
We got City for the charity shield. So I'm going to start every game on a 0, and it's just depending on what Erik Ten Hag does, because it's not worth it otherwise.
No, 100%, man. Nedu lost his head. Did you see Nedu last night? Nedu lost his head, man.
Nedu was gone mad.
He lost his head, bro.
I was going to tell him, tell him to stop driving. He has to park up his Pete.
Well, I said, yo, stop driving, man.
Yeah, because I
said, drop driving, man. You know what I'm saying to you?
He was fuming, but he had points. And everyone's got points. No one's out here making up. Like, I keep on saying this to everyone. Yeah, there was some people skeptical of Erik Ten Hag from the beginning, but this time last year, everybody was optimistic. We went away to America. Yeah. We saw Sancho cooking a false 9. We saw Diallo come back from Sunderland and was moving saucy on his cameos in pre-season, and we thought, hold on, we got something going on here. Yeah, and it all started falling apart, my brother. It all started falling apart. I think that's when Ronaldo's thing kicked off.
Bro, it's crazy, man. Yeah, but Newport, bro, there's been so many, man. Do you know what I'm trying to say, man? I mean, you have to get the right caliber signings in. I want to see 2 centre backs in. I want to see 2 midfielders. I want to see a striker. I want to see a left back come in. You got to go deliver them 5 signings this summer. 5 signings this summer. You know what I mean? Like, genuinely, man. And you've got to play a brand of football that we can all enjoy. You get me? Because that's what football's about. It's about enjoyment. Yeah? It's about enjoyment. Man said Joe Blackman's on, you know. Is Joe Black in the chat? You know Joe Black, innit?
Yeah. Where's Joe Black? That's my guy.
Yeah, they say that Joe Black's in the chat and that.
They're saying he's writing us off, Arsenal man, yeah?
Yeah, man. Them man are in the chat, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Joey
they don't have money. Listen, they best have money. Yo, listen, I don't give a shit, bro. They best have money. You know what I'm saying? But outgoings is a must. Outgoings is a must. Is a must, bro.
Yeah, it's
you know what I mean? Outgoings is a must. If they don't have any outgoings, I think Casemiro now will be out the door now. He'll be gone.
Yeah, man. That's going to be a difficult one.
He's going to have to leave.
That's going to be a different one. I don't know how he's going to bring that back. That's going to be a different one.
You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. I big up HN, man. Thank you again, mate, for the donation. I appreciate it, man. Do you know what I'm saying to you? By the Sancho comment, I mean his selling price now due to clubs knowing Man United need to sell him due to Ten Hag staying. Are Man United more in a desperate position and not him above 40 million on this? Listen, I want 50, man. If more clubs are after him, if say now 2 or 3 clubs are after him, set the bar to to fifth.
What he's saying now, Eric Ten Hag staying. Clubs know whether you like her or not. Him and Sancho don't talk, so he's gonna have to go out on loan, or you're gonna sell him. So they might be able to ask for a cheaper asking price.
Yeah.
Because now they know Ten Hag staying and they don't get along. Clubs might be saying, "So what else you gonna do? You're not gonna play him. Ten Hag don't want him. We're gonna give you 35, 30."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it could be problematic.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I'm saying.
They're gonna have to do something extraordinary now, though. If they want to please the other half of the fan base, they're gonna have to go make a big sign.
I'll be real with you, man. We need money from these guys, man. For Greenwood as well. Like Greenwood, bro, 40 million. You get me? 40, 50 million. Go get that money. Do you know what I'm saying? Nah, man. If they're INEOS what they say they are, you know what I mean? And they're footballing people, go and get the job done. Go get the job done, man. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Like, go sell him. Go sell him right. Start a bidding war. Do what other clubs do to us. Start a bidding war. Let them wait. Bro, I'm tired of this shit, man. I'm seeing man like Broha and that go for mad money. I'm seeing Duran from flipping, what's his name? Aston Villa.
Piers Morgan was trolling us, yeah?
Yeah, Piers Morgan. Everyone's trolling, bro. Are you mad? Everyone's trolling, man. Everyone. Not just him, bro. Everyone. Yeah, bro. And I'm seeing Durant go for 40 million. And you're telling me you can't get Sancho for more money? Get out of here, man. I'm done with that. Nah, he ain't 25 million, bro. I seen 40 million. Ain't no 25 million. Aston Villa are asking for 40 million. Get out of here, man.
Yeah, that's mad.
I mean, I'm seeing silly money going around. And you're telling me that we should accept 40 million straight away. Nah, start a bidding war, man. Start a bidding war. Yeah, man. It's crazy.
So if we can make 5 signings this summer, I don't think we're going to make more than 5. Who are the 5 that you
Five, like I said to you, left back, 2 centre backs. Maybe, yeah. I think we need 6, man. I've said 6.
I don't think we're going to make 6.
We need to. We need a striker, so. 2 centre backs, one, 2 midfielders, and one striker.
That's I think one of our centre backs is going to be the young French kid we got already at the back.
Euro. Nah, he's going to Real Madrid.
Our own one. Cara, what's the name?
Todibo.
No, the one that we.
Kwambala. Oh, okay.
Kwambala. I think he's gonna get pushed into the first team setup. Kamwala's definitely gonna be in there. He's gonna have a breakthrough season. Yeah. And I think that's gonna be one of our centre backs. I think we only get one in Kamwala. That's how I see it. I don't see us getting any more. And we might keep a Lindelof and let Varane go for money. I don't see anything else happening.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
we don't have the money.
Man. Free signings back, they'll keep Amrabat. Yeah, trust me. Now that Ten Hag stayed, he's gonna keep Amrabat in it. You know what I'm saying to you? He'll keep Amrabat. But Amrabat, if he's got any self-respect, man, he won't sign, you get me? Because brother, he got shafted by his own guy. You get me? So if Amrabat's got any self-respect, bro, he won't sign for this manager, bro. You know what I mean, bro? Let's be real. But who knows? Man United is the holy grail, isn't it, though, man? Playing for Man United is the biggest kind of. You know what I mean, bro?
Ten Hag might tell them, man, there as well, that don't worry, but get me one centre back. I got one already. I'll put Casemiro there. Casemiro might be.
Oh shit! Yeah. They
might disrespect us and send Cas there. Before we know it, it's one new signing, Casemiro, and flipping Martinez and them, man. We're in trouble, my brother.
Yeah.
If we don't play a high line and we don't play to Onana's strengths next season, we're in trouble, you know. You don't go from getting peppered 25 to 30 goals on target, game like week in, week out, getting peppered.
Yep.
Shots on goal, 20, 25, 30 shots on goal. You don't go having that amount of shots on goal to just having a simple season next season. Man ain't going to tell me that. We're in trouble. Yeah,
it's true. You know what I mean? 6 players, side 6 is career mode. Hey, listen, I'll give a shit, bro. I swear down, man. You know what I mean, bro? If you're being serious, yeah, you go and get them 6 signings, man. I don't give a shit. You get me? I've set the standard. It's ain't no career mode. This is it can be done. You know what I'm saying? It can be done. You're going on like this football club can't do it. It's just whether they choose not to and be cheap. You know what I mean? And they're broke.
They can get 6 signings in with 200 million if they have it. If they just have the 200 million.
Bro, if you go get Fofana, Todibo, That's 40 million there, 40 million, 45 million.
Yeah.
Bro, 45 million for 2 signings.
Yeah. I think people are thinking about
Zerki's got a 30, what is it? What's the release cost?
35 million.
35 million. There you go. Yeah. Right so there, that's free.
That's free.
Already.
And we're not even at 100 yet. So I think
we're not even at 100 yet, man.
Yeah, because people are thinking about the Mason Mount signings of 70 million.
That's
for
what
one
I'm
player.
saying. Yeah, bro. But he won't have any control of that. You get me? He won't have any control over that. You see what I mean?
So this is why I said I want to see what INEOS do, because if I see INEOS go and get 3 signings in for less than 100 million, then I'm going to be like, okay, things are changing. You know what I'm saying? If I see that, then I'll be like, okay, cool, things are changing.
Yeah, this one here, I don't believe this one, man. Remember they said a couple of weeks ago that they have 35 million in cash, but INEOS expects to raise while selling. Bro, you ain't selling. Bro, listen, good luck selling, innit? Because Ten Hag likes these players, innit? You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, Man United have money. We definitely have money.
Bro, if Ten Hag likes his signing, the way he spoke about what you call it, McTominay and them, man, Maguire. These guys are professionals, and broski, long.
You know what's mad though? It's official now that if Eric Ten Hag gets another 200 million this summer, he would have had 600 million
in 3 seasons.
In 3 seasons spent to build his squad.
But he said top 4's the aim. Top 4, he said top 4, man. Top 4. But next season, bro, Europa League.
You know what the Eric Ten Hag fans are going to say again? He doesn't have the players to play his football. He doesn't have the... After man's bought 12, 13, 14 players.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the players to play his
football. It's calm. I just want to hear the excuses. Next season, I'm just going to be writing excuses down.
No, he doesn't have the players.
No. Next season, I'm just going to be calm.
He's only going to have
excuses. That's it.
He's going to have a lineup of all Eric Ten Hag players, including the ones that he's wanted to keep and put on new contracts, like Delo, like Rashford, and people I like Bruno Fernandes, mixed in with players that he's brought in, and people are going to say he doesn't have the players to play his football. He doesn't have the players to play his style of football. They can't implement it. We've always had it. The players can't do it. What players talk about? The players that he's
We'll have training sessions. We'll have injuries in training again. I'll be like, no, but injuries. Watch this. But what will happen is we got Europa League this year. Ten Hag cannot afford to be not rotating next season. He has to rotate. I need to be seeing 2 different teams, one in the Europa League, one in the Premier League. Yeah? You need to be... If you don't rotate in the Europa League, and there's 8 games, by the way, this year, 8 games, so it extends all the way till January. And if we're in cup competitions as well, which can happen, by the way, you've got to rotate. If he doesn't rotate, then I'm sorry, that's on you.
Look at Jurgen Klopp at Liverpool, Carabao Cup against Chelsea. Man put out his little B team and still had them. Rotates. Man are rotating because man want the league. He can't do it. It's like he's gonna have the man them. Eric Ten Hag's wearing a suit to a flipping to the park. You know when the man them say, let's just go and have a barbecue. He's turning up in a suit, always wearing his best drip. This is the problem. He's gonna bring out his best 11 to standard away games in the Europa League, and we're gonna get and like we said, it's 8 games now, different format. Watch this. Watch this. I got no. Like I said, I'm not going to change my mind now. I've said it. I said it last season before we even got to this point. Before we even got to the FA Cup final, before it even got bad, I said if Eric Ten Hag stays on for the following year, he will sack himself. And I believe that. That's not because I want Man United to lose. That's not because I don't want Eric Ten Hag to prove me wrong. I told the people that Eric Ten Hag was concussed, hoping that he'll wake up from this concussion. So I've always wanted him to wake up. But I just believe I've seen a man who's too stubborn to change.
Yo, trust me. It's crazy. Stubborn. Yeah. It's crazy, man. You know what I'm saying to you? Big up to Yasser says, this is why I disagree with your structure was better than ours. Simple fact that we haven't seen our board members work together. Yes, they are big names. Bro, listen, man, I don't know what they're doing. I mean, like, United right now, everything's gone down the pan right now. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's starting from 0 now. You know what I mean? There ain't no INEOS this, INEOS that, bro. It's now show me and deliver. That's what it is now. Ain't no talking from me anymore, mate. You know, because they've let me down. Do you know what I mean? So what I did on Monday, hey, that ain't Saeed TV. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's a new me. You know what I mean? Idiots now. You know when you don't know anyone. You know when Will Smith on that what was that show called when he played? What's it called? Men in Black.
Men in Black.
Yeah, Men in Black, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah, Men in Black.
Memory gone.
Memory gone. You know what I'm saying? Memory gone. You know what I was? Now I said I'll give 1K to charity if they give if they get Southgate. So I'm gonna give £1,000 to charity if they get Southgate. I don't believe that's happening. I am adamant that's not happening. Adamant.
Yeah, that's mad.
It's crazy, man.
But I think there's a big chance of it, though.
Sorry?
I think there's a big chance of it.
Bro, right now, we just got to hope and pray, man. You know what I mean? This season, we got to hope and pray. You know what it is, yeah? Just go through the season, yeah? Like I said to you. And bro, just don't embarrass me. That's all I want, man. Because, bro, I'm going to get kicked out of this gaff, man. I said it to you already. You know what I mean? They're going to have noise complaints next season, man. They haven't even seen... They've seen the back end of the last season. You know that, by the way. I was only in this house, yeah, from April. April and May is the only time they've seen me in this house, innit? And bro, they're already on to me. They're saying, yo, man, like, bro, you know what I mean? Like, they were like, yo, what happened, man? We heard you shouting. I said, yeah, United, innit? United.
Pressure.
You know what I mean, bro? So I could be homeless next season, man. I could be evicted. You know what I was there? I could be evicted, man. So I got to be careful next season. That's what I'm saying, United. Don't get me evicted, man. Please. You know what I mean? Just keep the scorelines down. You know what I mean? Don't embarrass us.
Homeless World Cup turning up.
Getting an Asbo, you know. I'm telling you. You know them back in the day, they used to give out Asbos. I don't know if they do that anymore nowadays. But
Asbos banned.
They'll be like, yo, you can't watch United games. You're banned. You know what I mean? You're banned.
Banned from watching
Don't
the game.
do it. Do you know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. Like I said, just as we kind of wrap things up, please like the video. But yeah, man, I just think for me, it's a very sad day for me, man. I'm gonna keep my emotions very, very honest. It's a sad day because this manager should be gone. He should be gone, and the fact that he's staying is absolutely scandalous. It is.
I didn't see this coming. I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't see this. I didn't see this coming. I saw us getting a manager that I didn't like. I saw us, you know, I didn't see this. Like, I thought there was an opportunity, but I just thought because the way they started interviewing other managers behind his back and making it well known and chasing people down, I was like, okay, we're going to end up with a manager that I don't really like. And when I was saying that I'll prefer Ten Hag to stay rather than bring in one, I didn't really think they'll do it though. But yeah, let's see, man. Right now, I'm just going to look at, like I said, right now, my watch has gone from Ten Hag watch to INEOS watch.
Yeah.
INEOS watch. My all eyes on INEOS right now. I just want to see what INEOS do.
Yeah. Can't even enjoy the Euro piece. Nah, we'll enjoy the Euros, man. Don't let Man United ruin your life, man. Hey, Chen, keep your head up, man. I'm going to enjoy my Euros. I'm going to enjoy my summer. And like I said to you, next season, we will be there. We will be there. But guys, like the video. I'm going to be live with Rants later on today at 3:30. I'm also going to be live with a Mandem Talk. I don't know if you're going to be pulling up Moosa, but
yeah, I'll be about.
Yeah, so yeah, Mandem Talk later on, man. You know what I'm saying too. So yeah, I'm also going to be on Adam's channel as well. Big up Adam. I'm going to be live with him in just after this. So make sure you come over. And yeah, man, it ain't easy, man. Moosa, I got my, you know, my profile photo now on Twitter. Guess what it says now? No, I'll show you. That's my profile picture now.
What's that? Ain't easy.
Ain't easy.
You changed it up. It ain't easy.
That's my guys. That's my profile now.
It ain't easy.
You know what I mean? Now that's it. It ain't easy. Life ain't easy. Life ain't easy. I might even put it on my my YouTube one as well. My YouTube might just be. It ain't easy. It ain't easy. So yeah, guys, easy. I'll see you lot later, man. Take care, man. Thanks for watching. Big up to everyone who's super chatting. We're out.